I'm a roller coaster, turning round.
What is up, guys? It is Coasters and Things here today, and this is a ride that I've been anticipating for a very long time, but I finally got to ride ArieForce One at Fun Spot America, Atlanta. And let me tell you guys, this ride delivers in every way, shape, and form. It is a brand new for 2023 RMC iBox coaster, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on it in this video. It had been hyped up by enthusiasts for a long time, including myself, and let me tell you, this is an absolute must-ride if you are a coaster fan. It alone makes going to Fun Spot Atlanta worth it. So back in 2021, Fun Spot America announced they were partnering with Rocky Mountain Construction. I got very excited that this park would be getting an RMC, but I never expected it to be an RMC of this magnitude. At the time, RMC had just unveiled their new family coaster concept, and that's what most of us thought it was going to be. Nobody expected it to be this big with this awesome of a layout. But nope, Fun Spot went above and beyond. They spent $13 million and it was worth every penny for this ride. So let me first explain the meaning of the name. The name ArieForce One is actually a double meaning. It is a play on words with Air Force One, but it is also a reference to the founder of Fun Spot, John Arie Sr., and his son, the current owner of Fun Spot, John Arie Jr. John Sr. was really passionate about flight and space, and that's evident in the theme of this coaster. Land was actually first started clearing for this edition in 2019. The area where the lift hill, drop, Raven Truss dive, and zero-G stall are all used to be just trees. Fun Spot actually first had proposals from Gravity Group and GCI to build this coaster, both of which failed, which is kind of ironic since Fun Spot Kissimmee has a Gravity Group and Fun Spot Orlando has a GCI, so they've worked with them both in the past. So in the end, they went with RMC, and I'm so glad they did. Concept rendering for this coaster started appearing in 2021, and it was officially announced at IAAPA. Fun fact, this is the first RMC coaster to be designed by Joe Draves, not Alan Schilke. Alan Schilke has now retired. His final coaster was Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. As much as I love Schilke's creations, if Joe Draves can continue to design layouts like this, then RMC is in great hands for the future. Once construction got underway for ArieForce One, it actually took a lot longer than expected. But Fun Spot persevered and got this coaster open. I was fortunate enough to attend this coaster's grand opening on March 31st, 2023. It was surreal finally riding it since this is a coaster that I have been following from start to finish. So you approach ArieForce One and it is absolutely huge and it is beautiful. This has to be one of the best color schemes on an RMC. The red, white, and blue is awesome and very patriotic. You go through the queue, and there's actually a little theming in it. It's about space flight. You get up into the station, it's not a very big station, and select your row. Something interesting, this is the first RMC to use 5-car trains as opposed to the usual 6-car trains. So there's 10 rows instead of 12. My personal favorite row is without a doubt the back row. You buckle your seatbelt and pull down your lap bar. You can tell this is a brand new coaster because the restraints haven't gotten fully broken in yet. You dispatch out of the station, drop down, go over 2 little bunny hills, and start up the lift hill. As with all RMC lift hills, this one is very loud. It is 155 feet tall. You start out going fast, then slow down, then speed back up again. You crest over, get a great view, and go down the drop. It is a 146-foot drop at 83 degrees. If you're in the back, you get totally whipped down the drop, and it's awesome. Great first drop. You go up into a first-of-its-kind element. This is the Raven Truss dive. What this essentially is a dive loop, but first it twists you right, then throws you down left into the actual dive loop. I gotta say, I prefer this over Goliath's dive loop at Six Flags Great America. It has more whip to it. Immediately following the Raven Truss dive, you come down and go over an airtime hill. Pure ejector here. This is the first of many amazing airtime moments on this coaster. Next, you come up into a zero-G stall. I love zero-G stalls, and this one is no exception. It gives great hang time. It is actually America's longest zero-G stall. That's awesome. You then go through an outer banked airtime hill. Most of you are probably familiar with this element from Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, and I gotta say, this one is better than the one on Steel Vengeance. As soon as you rise up, you are out of your seat all the way until the very bottom. I was shocked the first time I rode this how long you were out of your seat for. It's 4 full seconds. That's an eternity to be out of your seat. As soon as you slam back down, you go up into a humongous double up. And both hills are phenomenal. The second one, however, is just insane. Not only are you super high off the ground, it is sustained airtime all the way until the very bottom. It is actually insane. You then go through the element I was looking forward to the most. This is the barrel roll over the arcade building. Due to the structure being all around you, it provides a ton of great hand choppers. And you whip through this inversion too. You then go through an off-axis airtime hill, which this is just insane. It throws you to the left and slams back to the right. You go through the far turnaround and through the ride's final inversion, a 0G roll. I love RMC 0G rolls. They are executed so wonderfully, and this one is no exception. It is awesome. You whip through it at a crazy fast pace. And then comes the finale. This ride was already amazing up to this point, but here it actually gets out of this world good. No pun intended. You have 6, yes, 6 airtime hills all in a row to end the ride. They marketed it as a quad down, as in 4 hills, but in actuality there's 6. That's incredible. This is one of the most insane finales on a roller coaster. These airtime hills, they throw you up so hard it hurts. It may look a little slow in this POV video, but if you ride it when it's really warmed up, they are insane. If you can see in this reverse POV of me on my first ride on ArieForce One, you can see just how insane these hills are. The final hill is the pop-up into the brake run, and you slam to a stop very fast. That is ArieForce One. By the time the ride ends, you're asking yourself what just happened. You're wondering if you're upside down or right side up. This ride is relentless from start to finish. There are absolutely no dead spots during the ride. The airtime is so strong it hurts. I'm a hardcore coaster enthusiast, and the first time I rode this, the airtime actually made me worry for my life. I actually amassed a total of 25 rides on this thing, all on opening day. Because of the park that this ride's at, you shouldn't have any problems marathoning it. That being said, you'll want to take breaks in between every 4 to 5 rides, because the airtime literally bruises your thighs. That's what I did, and I'm glad I did it. The first time I visited Fun Spot Atlanta was in 2018, the first year that the park was a Fun Spot park, and this park is now so much better compared to how it was 5 years ago. A lot of enthusiasts now realize that they have to make it out here when they're going to Six Flags Over Georgia as well. This ride is fast, it is intense, and it is one of the smoothest coasters you'll ever ride. This ride uses the 2nd gen RMC trains, and the whole ride is glass smooth. This ride is at one of the closest parks to me, and I am so lucky to now have 3 RMCs all within a 2-hour radius of where I live. I already had high expectations for this ride, and they were exceeded. Fun Spot and RMC hit it out of the park with ArieForce One, and this ride should be on everyone's bucket list. For ArieForce One's overall score, you know it, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. There is nothing I would do at all to improve this ride. I think it's perfect the way it is. This should be one of the top 3 rides to experience this year if you are a coaster enthusiast. I got a season pass to Fun Spot for the first time ever, purely for this ride. If I haven't convinced you already, make sure you go out to Fun Spot Atlanta and check out ArieForce One. You won't regret it. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Coasters and Things, signing out.